Etsy shop and you're just not quite sure how to track all of your income and expenses, all your fees inside of QuickBooks Online? Well, in this training, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that inside QuickBooks Online, since they don't talk to each other, and one easy step for every single month. This is going to be the easiest and simplest solution for tracking your income and your expenses for tax time from your Etsy shop inside QuickBooks Online. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Meredith Rhines. I'm an accountant and certified financial planner. I'm the owner of Bookkeeping by Meredith, which is a firm built for online creative entrepreneurs so that they can better understand their finances, know exactly what's making them money, what's costing them money, so that they can grow and scale a profitable business. In this training, I'm going to teach you how to use Etsy inside QuickBooks Online. I'm going to teach you how to record your right sales amount and all of the tax deductions, all the fees, listing fees, transactions, shipping, advertising that you use inside the Etsy platform. So let's get started.
The first thing that we want to do is we want to log into our QuickBooks Online account and additionally our Etsy Shop Manager account as well. Inside QuickBooks Online, we are going to have to add a few new accounts into our chart of accounts for this to process and flow smoothly. Etsy and QuickBooks Online do not integrate together. So what we have to do is we have to treat Etsy as if it is a bank account. And right now what happens is when Etsy releases funds and deposits those into our actual bank account so that we have control over the funds, we are getting a net deposit. It is our gross sales minus all of the listing transactions, the processing fees, shipping expenses, marketing, and any refunds that we've had to process. That net deposit is that difference between our gross sales and all of the expenses that Etsy takes out. What we need to do inside QuickBooks is we need to label all of these transactions accordingly so that we can track our gross sales correctly and accurately track our expenses for deductions. Because Etsy does not integrate with QuickBooks Online, you cannot log in as you would your normal bank account or you would your PayPal account. What we have to do is we have to add it to our chart of accounts. Now, I have already added Etsy as a bank account in here, but I'm going to walk you through the steps of what to do. You're going to click New. Account type will be bank. Detail type, you're going to treat it as a checking, and the name will be Etsy. Your starting balance will be 0, and the date will be the date that you are treating Etsy as a bank account. So we are going to do November 2019's transaction. So the start date will be November 1st, 2019. Click Save and Close. Now, the next thing that we have to do is we also have to create some sub-accounts inside of our chart of accounts for all of the Etsy expenses and then again for the Etsy income. Now, we'll start with our Etsy income. The first thing that we're going to do is click New. We're going to change this to income. We're going to say sale of a product, and we're going to say Etsy sales. Now, what we would like to do is make this a sub-account under our sales account. So that way it still will be under the umbrella of sales, but it will be a subcategory underneath it. And then click Save and Close. Now the next income category that we have to create is shipping income. Etsy will collect shipping fees from buyers. And so what we have to do is we have to say this is Etsy income shipping. And we do want to also include that under the sales category as well. Now, the next income category that we have to create is discounts, refunds given. So we'll say Etsy discounts. This is if you offer a coupon code for return buyers, for first-time buyers, things like that. You're going to create it as a sub-account under sales as well. So this will be Etsy discounts. Click Save and Close. Now the next one will be refunds. If you have to process any refunds, you're going to still use discounts, refunds given, and you're going to call this Etsy refunds or returns. Sub-account is still going to be under sales, so click Save and Close. Now the next categories that we need to create are our expense categories within Etsy. The very first one I want to create is simply going to be the umbrella category. So we're going to call it Etsy fees. It is not a sub-account. It's going to be its own account itself. Click Save and Close. Now once you have that, we're going to create another new expense account. We're going to consider it a bank charge, and we're going to call it Etsy transaction fees. And it is a sub-account under our Etsy fees. Click Save and Close. We're also going to want to create one all under bank charges for our Etsy listing fees, and it's going to be a sub-account again under Etsy. We're going to have listing fees. You're going to do one for marketing fees and then the processing fees as well. Once you have those created, we're also going to create one for our shipping. So this is going to be an expense. We're going to put it under shipping. We're going to consider Etsy shipping fees, and we're going to put it under a sub-account under our Etsy fees once again. Click Save and Close. Now we also need to have one for our sales tax payable. If you are not collecting sales tax, if you are selling digital products, then the sales tax payable may not be of value to you because you don't need it. So to turn on your sales tax payable, you have to turn on, under taxes, you have to turn on your sales tax. You will have to fill out and go through the steps of marking what state you're in, what your rate is, which QuickBooks will automatically fill in once you answer some questions. And then that is all the accounts that you need inside QuickBooks Online to track your Etsy income and your expenses. Now what we need to do is we need to actually record this transaction. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to go into our Shop Manager account. We want to click on Settings, Options. We need to download our data from the previous month. So we're going to click down here under Orders. We're going to select Orders. We're going to pick the month that we are currently working on, download the CSV, and we're going to open this up. Now from this report, the one thing that we want to do is we want to pull any discount amounts that we were giving, any shipping that we collected and used, any sales tax that we collected. Now, I personally sell digital downloads, so I do not have sales tax. I do not have shipping. Now, if I did, these are the amounts that I'm going to want to pull from this report to use in my entry inside of QuickBooks Online. From here, the next thing we want to do is we want to click on the Finances tab back inside of our Etsy account. We're going to click Payment Account, and we're going to want to download the report from the previous month or the month that we're currently working in. So you're going to click the monthly statements. We're working in November. You're going to want to download that CSV. And once this file has been opened, there's a few things that we are going to want to do to organize this a little bit easier for us. So we're going to click Organize. We're going to click on the Sort Options. We want to click on a category and we want to select type, because what this is going to do is it's going to pull all of the transactions together, all the sales, all the listing fees, and then any of our deposits. It's going to group these together. The next step that we want to do is we want to add up all of these amounts. The first thing we want to do is add up all of our fees and taxes. Then we're going to add up our gross sales. This is the amount of our payments, any payment transaction fees, and then any of our listing fees. So once we have these totals, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create our entry inside of QuickBooks Online. Once we come into our QuickBooks Online and we have all of these totals, is that we're going to click this plus sign and we're going to create a journal entry. Inside this journal entry, the first thing that we want to do is we want to change the date. Now we are working on November's information, so we want the date to be the end of the month, November 30th. If you're working in August, you would want the date to be August 31st, and so on. Now, QuickBooks Online is great because they want all of their journal entries to balance. So they're going to start doing the math for you once we start entering in some information, but we will override it a few times until we get to the very end. We want to write down our Etsy sales. This is going to be the gross sales that we had right over here from all of the orders that we processed, all of the sales, this amount here. And it is going to be in the credit column because we received the money. Well, technically received the money. Next, we want to do our discounts. So if we had any discounts that we gave, that anyone used, we want to pull from here. Now, as you can tell, QuickBooks Online is automatically filling this in to balance out. All you have to do is simply override that. And you would get your discounts from right here. If you offered any discounts, that amount would be from your Etsy sold orders that we pulled already. From here, we also want to do our Etsy shipping income. So any money that we took in For shipping, again, I do digital downloads, so I don't have that, but it would be a credit if you did. Next would be our sales tax payable. This would also be a credit, but again, I don't have any downloads or any products that I collect sales tax on. Then we would have our processing, Etsy order processing fees would go here. Next would be any Etsy refunds, which I did not have any. But that would be a debit if you had. Any listing fees, this would also be a debit. That listing fee is right here. These are all the listing fees that you had, which are usually the 20 cents for every time that you create a new listing. Next is our transactions, our transaction fees, which that again is right here under our transaction fees. So you're going to add this up. And then if you had any advertising or marketing inside Etsy, so if you do any advertising on the Etsy platform, that would be what this is. And then if you have any shipping expense, any shipping fees, again, that would be a debit. I do not have any of that. And then the final will be your Etsy bank, the original account that we created. That is the final entry. It should automatically do the math for you. This should be the net deposit that you took in from Etsy. So this is all of your gross sales minus all of the expenses equals the net deposit that you received. Hit save and close, and there you have it. That is how you do the Etsy transactions. If you have any questions on how to do Etsy sales or refunds inside QuickBooks Online, leave those below this video and I will be happy to answer any questions that you have. And don't forget about my free workshop, the 3-part framework to tackling your bookkeeping in under 30 minutes a month. This is built for creative entrepreneurs who are selling product or services online to help them better understand their financials so they can make better decisions, spend less time inside their bookkeeping, and more time on money-making tasks. You can sign up for that free training under this video as well, and I will see you soon.